Hi folks, it's Gordon again from Once Upon a Stamp. Continuing on from the previous video with the cuttlebug and the leaves, we're going to be doing a new demonstration once again using leaves off a tree. This time we're going to be using the Big Shot machine and a selection of leaves. Now, unlike the last demonstration, these leaves have been picked straight off of a tree this morning. These leaves are not dried. For this demonstration, the leaves don't have to be dried. You can use everyday leaves. The leaves here, we are going to ink up the reverse side. That's the side showing the veins, etc. on the leaves. I have a couple of ink pads here, and all we do is ink onto the leaves directly, like we're doing here. You can see the ink going on. Then take that leaf and we will place it onto a piece of white card which is sitting on the Big Shot. We will take a second leaf, use a different ink pad this time. This is a distress ink pad. Again, let's just go over the leaf in detail, making sure there's plenty of ink on the leaf. We're doing this on top of our non-stick Stay Put craft mat, just to make sure we don't have any ink on the table. We will now place the second leaf on there. We will take another ink pad. Okay. Again, let's just go over the leaf, make sure there's plenty of ink onto the leaf. There we are. There we are. Place that on as well. On there. We will take another one. Altogether I think we're going to use about 6 leaves here. And again, some more Brilliance ink onto this one. Place that on there like that. We have 2 leaves left. This one, as you can see, I've been using earlier on, so it already retains some of the ink from the Brilliance ink pad. That might give us quite an interesting effect actually. So some more ink on that one. Just place that one again onto the white card, and we have 1 leaf left. Here we are, a rather small one. So again, we'll put some distress ink onto the back of this leaf. There we go. Plenty of ink. Don't be scared to use plenty of ink. Again, take this leaf, place it down onto the white piece of card. So we now have 6 leaves there, all inked up with the ink facing down onto the white cardstock. We have our base, our multi-purpose adapter with tabs 1 and 2 open. We have a clear cutting plate. We have a piece of white card and the leaves. We now take the No More Shims embossing mat very carefully, place that on top of the leaves, and we now close up with the second clear cutting plate for the Big Shot. Okay folks, let's run this through the machine and see what happens. Off we go. Remove the top cutting plate, the embossing mat, and as you can see we have the leaves there. We will just take these off. And if we now have a look at the cardstock, you can see that the leaves have embossed themselves with the ink onto the cardstock. There we are. As I said, these are ordinary everyday leaves taken straight off of a tree this morning. I'll show you a couple of other small samples we have just done. So here is another one we did earlier on, again with the same type of leaves. I'll pick another one up. This one we've done using just Brilliance ink pads. I think that was copper and gold. You can see the different effects achieved with that. And as I was saying, you can use all sorts of leaves. Let me show you this. This is straight off of a geranium leaf, straight off of the garden this morning again. So you're not restricted to the type of leaves you can use, but basically, if they're a nice leaf with a lot of veins, etc. on it, they will pick the ink up well and look really good. So there we have it. Now then, our second part of the demonstration, we are going to be taking these leaves that we stamped earlier on. So these have already been embossed onto a piece of white card. Now for this demonstration, we're going to be using one of the Spellbinder's leaf dies. We just selected one of them. Now we're going to take the die and place it over the leaf like that. And if I sit it down here just for 1 second, I'm now going to be taking a piece of low-tack tape, and we're going to be placing the low-tack tape over the die onto the leaf to position it and hold it in place. Okay, so we have the piece of white card with our leaf embossed onto it with the ink. Just a couple of pieces of low-tack tape, maybe a little piece there, and maybe take one more piece and maybe just tape it onto there, just to hold it in position. There we are. Right, we now take our multi-purpose platform, and for cutting Spellbinders dies, we have to close the tabs. So we have the multi-purpose platform with all tabs closed. Now, because the die is now taped onto the leaf with the cutting edge downwards, we will flip that over, and you can see we've used the low tack tape to make sure we hold it in place. We'll just place that onto the base plate now, like that. And now we have to put one of the clear plates underneath, that on top of the clear plate, and the other clear plate on top. You'll have to forgive me if I get mixed up sometimes. We'll just run this through the big shot. There we go, and we're cutting it out with the Spellbinders die. And let's have a look. Let's turn that over. There we are. Right, we will just remove the low tack tape very gently. Let's take this off. There we are. And you can now see that embedded in the die. Take the tape off there, the tape off there, and remove the die cut. And you can see now we have a perfectly cut Spellbinders die leaf, and we've used the technique for embossing the leaf onto the white card. So you can't get better than that. This is not fake, this is a real leaf embossed and then cut out with the Spellbinders die. That's just one of the other techniques for the No More Shims mat. The mat is available from Once Upon a Stamp. I'd just like to close up by showing you one last thing. The No More Shims mat is capable of lots and lots of different things. In a later video we will be showing this to you. But here we have flowers, again picked from the garden this morning. These are pansies, and we have embossed them straight onto white card. We have actually done some die cuts and then embossed the flowers straight onto the die cuts. This is called flower pressing, and the No More Shims mat is suitable for doing all of this, but we'll be showing this in a later video. As I said, the mat's available from Once Upon a Stamp and available in the USA from Score Pal Products. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.